Girl, I could talk about it all day.
Bribery? Bribery. Well, I tried that.
Oh, that's a really hard one.
Hi, how are you, first of all?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Okay, let's just jump right in.
Do it.
You're the only couple that we've known for a while in the show, and you've been doing this now for 3 seasons. And I want to know if there's any tricks or rituals that you do to get into a character, or is it second nature by now?
It does feel a little second nature at times.
Yeah, it does.
Particularly now, if I read anything else and it's like slightly like this time period, I'm like fall straight back into Colin. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, on season 3 we asked if we could sit next to each other in the makeup trailer so that we could like prep every morning.
Yeah, run lines together.
It's nice to see each other and get on the same sort of path before you step on set.
100%.
Because it can be a little. Otherwise, you're on like different, energies.
Yeah. I think that was like weird. Like I think it was like subconscious, sort of like just like sitting in the morning, like with our scripts there. We'd run it a couple of times. We'd chat. We'd send stupid videos. We'd play music. Like just silly. They kind of developed naturally, not like so much that we decided them. But yeah, I guess
our trailers were next door.
Yeah.
We could hear if anyone was dancing around the trailer.
We were good trailer mates, I feel like. Yeah.
Are there any surprises of discovery that you met along the way that you weren't expecting in your characters?
I hate to put a question on you. I'm not going to do that. Just because I feel like, because I don't think I have felt challenged.
Mostly feeling that one.
Yeah.
Challenge, yes. I mean, yeah, it was challenging. Joining the cast was kind of a big scary moment for me, but then also the added challenge of like learning Mozart on the piano and learning to get like, it's savage that I had to do that.
It's amazing that you did.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I did.
You did.
But
you did.
Also like there's a kind of quality to like the language and how you speak, and just having to kind of pick all of that up quickly, and the dynamics and the banter and everything like that. So yeah, it was like challenge overload for me, but loved it.
You did so well.
I didn't think it would be like such a deep experience.
Yeah.
Like it feel like it really changed me. And I did not think that going into it. I was like, I'm just gonna like do the best job I can. But I think I've never committed as hard to something as I did to this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know about you, but I feel like maybe it was the same.
Yeah, totally.
And like then I think the result of that, seeing it on screen now, I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of it in a way, like a different way to anything I've ever done.
Yeah, it was like life-consuming for a
beyond.
good. Yeah, and now, like you said, watching it back, it feels worthwhile because you're like, yeah, we did that.
We
it
did
was
that,
great.
yeah.
And it looks beautiful, and yeah, it's great. I'm so excited for everyone to see.
This show is a romance show, but mostly it's also about female friendship, and I think we don't appreciate that enough. And all of your characters have really interesting dynamics with the women around them. How was getting to dig into that?
Well, the show is filled with women, so you'd be hard pressed not to be affected by a woman at some point in the show, because there's so many of us in there. We're lucky as well. We've got a very strong like matriarch in the show with Golda, Adjua, Ruth, and Polly, amongst others. But we're really lucky. We've got these incredible women that are on the show with us. So as actors as well, it's really beautiful for us to be around these seasoned, beautiful actors.
Yeah.
And then the friendships, they kind of have to be there as well, because it's revolved around romance and the marriage mart and these dances, and a lot of it is to do with the women finding the right husband. And so there's again, it'd be difficult not to have so many of those friendships, but as well because the women are pit against each other a lot of the time to compete for their partners. So yeah, it would. It's such a huge part of the show.
Okay, Nicola, there's an interview with you that I love that you mentioned that for you the best on-screen kiss is that one from New Girl.
Girl, I could talk about it all day. Nick Miller for life, yeah.
Do you think you guys stopped that and took the title in this season?
Do you know what? It's a different type of kiss. I wanted the first kiss to be a New Girl kiss, but it wouldn't have made any sense because it has to be a very tender, gentle first kiss. But I'm biased, but I think it's a very beautiful first
You were
kiss.
sending me that as a reference point from early days, weren't we? We
it's
were
just like a sexy kiss.
Yeah.
What can I say?
It's amazing. It's great.
I mean,
it really is.
the way he pulls her in,
Yeah.
it gets me every time.
I've seen this season, some of it. I will say that about you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like we get there more in it 4. Ep 2 is a little more chaste, but then don't worry, we work our way up.
There's a line you said where your character says in the first episode that moved me deeply. That is, I'm gonna butcher this. Just bear with me. But it says, "I lost the battle. I have no appetite for the war, so I joined the winning side." And you mentioned women are pitted against each other, and you're literally in the heat of battle to find a husband, I guess. If you could give any kind of words of advice to your characters at the beginning of the season, what would it be?
I think with Eloise, mine's always the same, is that I'd encourage her to work on the art of listening. Because I think that will help her in her journey of that fight that she has in her. Because you're going to need allies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's not something we see so much, but I think I would want to encourage Cressida to connect with her suitors. Not that she has a huge amount, but when she does have that opportunity, in the same way as she does with Eloise, to really open up and kind of take off her mask a bit more.
Yeah. I think Francesca, I would encourage her to kind of have the courage to work out what it is that she wants and know that she's deserving of that. And if that looks slightly different to, you know, siblings or anybody else, that's okay. And to follow that.
There has been a lot of discussion about this season being the season for the wallflowers, for those who don't fit in. How do you think that message comes across in the season?
Ooh.
I feel like both Penna and Colin are both wallflowers in their own ways. I think they both feel a little bit on the outside, a little bit like underdogs.
Yeah.
And it's lovely because I think when you see those two people find one another, it's a really beautiful thing. And I think a lot of people have felt that way, felt like not comfortable in their own skin or not valued or just like a little bit outside of things. But it's also when they kind of not get to the bottom, when they finally accept who they are and start being themselves, that's when the real magic starts to actually happen between them, and it's gorgeous.
As I said, we're in courting season. You have to show a little sparkle for the queen to be chosen as the diamond. What would you do to display like that little sparkle? What would be your gifts?
Personally,
Yeah.
As the human women that we are.
As you.
Oh my god.
Hide under a rock.
Yeah.
you've got a beautiful voice. Sing.
Do you?
Sorry.
Not right now. But yes.
I'd try and make her laugh. Is
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'd do.
Also very
I'd try and make her laugh. I think that's what I'd do.
I would present my sister and be like, whoa!
Yeah.
I'm
Gosh, I
related.
don't know. That's a hard question. The queen.
Just go to herself.
It'd be the king for us now, actually. God rest her soul.
I don't know.
Stupid king.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's really put me on the spot. Like, absolutely have no idea. I can't do anything else.
We can both present.
Bribery?
Bribery. Well, I tried that.
Hey, always works.
Bribery.
So there's been a lot of discussion online. I don't know if you've seen it about explicit scenes and if they're necessary and essential. And you're coming from a really romantic, steamy show. What is your stance on that?
I think Bridgerton is kind of in a category of its own, and it feel like it's kind of redefined the term Regency drama, and I feel like it is important in our show. It kind of, because there's a element of like scandal towards those kind of scenes. It really ups the stakes, and I think if without it, the drama and like the risk and reward wouldn't be as like fiery as it would if we had those scenes. If we just, started at people walking in and walking out.
And this, it is an important part of the show. I think it's a totally valid discussion, because sometimes you watch a sex scene, you're like, was that just in there for... Did it progress the narrative at all? Like,
That's always the question,
Did I learn
isn't
anything
it?
about the character? Like, no, I didn't. But in this show, it's centered around female pleasure and empowerment, and like sex is like a beautiful connection between two people. So it's an imperative part of the show.
Yeah.
The show wouldn't be a true adaptation of a romance novel if it didn't have that. And the scenes are thought out really beautifully with love, care, and attention. And I hope that people see that in them when they watch it.
I feel like we learn so much about them as individuals within those intimacy scenes that you couldn't if you weren't in such an intimate situation. Like, people aren't going to be that sort of, for want of a better word, stripped back and like honest, because they're not as vulnerable. So it puts them in a place of such vulnerability that they just have to be themselves.
Dairy Girls meant the world for me. Got me through a break. And I wanted to know who would win in a fight, Penelope or Clare?
Oh, that's a really hard one. I feel like
that is a really
it's
hard one.
really hard. I feel like Claire could just turn into a little like blah 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 and punch. But I feel like Penelope would be like, what? Like Penelope's a lady. Yeah. Let's not forget. I don't think she's got that scrappiness in her that Claire would have. So
but it depends if it's Pen when she's going down to the to get the papers done.
Oh,
she's got the hood up.
The double like the girl. Yeah, how's the going, Claire?
Thank you so much.
Lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, you too. Thank you.